Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, March 5th. That first clip you just saw was at like 6:45 this morning when I was out feeding my calves. I'd say today is the most winter that we've had all winter. I went to work this morning and then I ended up leaving early and I came home and there's some good knee-high drifts here in the driveway. So I just kind of parked up by the house. I was able to get out of the garage this morning, but when I came home, the driveway was impassable. So when I got home early this afternoon, I plugged the tractor in. I'm not gonna use a snowblower because it's not on the tractor at the moment, but I'll have to use the loader and push some snow around. It'll be the first time moving snow in 2 years. Crazy. Okay. Nice. This all started as rain yesterday. It rained all day yesterday, and then at about 1 in the morning, I guess this morning, it turned to snow, and it pretty much snowed till 10, 11 o'clock this morning. It honestly wasn't that bad when I went to work this morning. I figured it'd be a lot slipperier, but it really wasn't bad. But the wind is calmed down significantly, and it's like 30 degrees out. It's actually not bad to be outside, but it really moves some snow around. You can see there's spots where there's nothing on the ground, and then there's spots where, yeah, there's 3.5 feet. But, uh-oh. Oh, no! Cow! What happened? We're gonna have to shovel this out, aren't we? What happened? What happened? Oh boy, we'll have to go find a shovel. None of this drift was here this morning when I came out and fed the calves. And then there's a mega one on the side of the barn here. Made sure the calves are all bedded down good this morning before I left and last night. I'll probably have to give them some more straw tonight when I feed them as well. And here's where the big kids are. We got 6 of them in here. I opened it up so they're able to go on this side, and I'm glad I did because that's where they all wanted to be because the snow was coming in through the top windows. So time to give them their dinner since I'm out here. So they got their pail of grain here. I put that other feed bunk down here. That's just for hay. Obviously I have to freshen that up as well because it's covered in snow, but I really wanted 2 feed bunks because I hated how I would put hay in the grain feed bunk after I fed them grain. Well, they just flipped the hay out trying to get the last little bit of grain. I didn't want them wasting all the hay. So now this one's just for grain and that one is just for hay. So today is Wednesday, like I said. 2 days ago on Monday, it was 60 degrees here. 6-0. And now we have this 2 days later. That is insane. And with that being said, I mean, it was warming up. We had a really string of nice days there. Everything was turning to mud. And that's why I really don't want to plow my driveway because I'm just going to push all the soft rock and dirt into the yard. I was not going to even touch the snow. I was going to let it melt, but clearly I have to move those drifts, but that's all I'm going to do. And I'm not even going to push it into the grass because I don't want to make a mess. And this was a little tricky because I was coming down off the incline with a loader, but not what I wanted to do. Well, it isn't the prettiest. I did dig into the rock pretty good in some spots, but like I said, it's super soft, and that's also not a very nimble machine. But that's all I'm gonna do. I gotta do a little hand shoveling so I'm able to get back in the garage with the car. And I mean, the driveway going out to the road, there was pretty much nothing there, but it was just this one condensed spot where everything is. I mean, you can just see here, it's, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 feet right there. So it's clear enough for what I need to do. All right, so it's close to feeding time for these boys here, but before I go inside and get the buckets of water, I'm just making sure they all got nice clean bedding. They're a little wet in there. I already did these 3, but I just shake up slices of straw into a mineral tub, and then I just grab it. It's already shaken up, and you just sprinkle it around in there. It works better than carrying slices out. It's already, you know, spread out. All right, so it is quite the change of scenery from the last time I picked up the camera. It is now a week later. It is March 14th, and it's like 73 degrees out. And I'm out here at the farm right now, and I'm going to be firstly spreading around this gravel kind of in front of the shed on the south side of the shed here, because we have equipment parked down in the barnyard there on the cement, just so the weeds don't grow up around it. It's easy to get to. But I think I might bring some of my steers over here and put them on the cement out in the barnyard. Just there's more room here. It's a way better working area for the volume of calves that I have right now. So I got the skid loader started, and we're just kind of gonna clean all these chips up. This stuff isn't the best for like gravel, like it's very fine. My dad acquired these, and what they are seal coat chips, I believe. So what they do, they put these down on the road to, I would say, preserve the longevity of the road. Just kind of shooting from the hip here. But they'll put a layer of oil down, and then they'll come through with a chipper or whatever, and they'll put all these chips down, and then after a couple days, however long, they come in with the sweeper, and they sweep up all the excess stuff, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And the funny thing is, we have a chipper. So this is something that my grandpa, I believe, bought on an auction of a road constructing crew that sold out or retired or whatever. And the only reason he bought it is because it's powered by a Minneapolis Moline tractor. And I guess I can kind of show you how it would work. So a dump truck would back up to this machine and would dump into the back. And there's 2 conveyor belts on each side of the machine that feed it up to the front. And this is where all your chips would go. And then you have little doors on the bottom, so you can see there's some that fell out. So that's pretty much how that worked. But I'm sure this thing is for sale, so shoot me an offer. Well, I probably got, I don't know, 2.5 dump trucks left, but I'm kind of running out of room to spread it. I got in front of the shed, I got the path going through the garden out to the field, and then this whole area spread out. So, don't really know how much more I was supposed to do, but I guess I'll just stop while I'm ahead, and my dad and uncle can do more with what they please. But I really do need to go find a drag or something and really do a good job and spread it out. Maybe I did spread it too thin. Maybe we'll have to go and put some more on top, but it was pretty muddy going out through the garden back there, and that really did a nice job. Definitely could probably bring some down here in between the barn and the heifer shed here, but it's 6 o'clock and I'm hungry. But before I leave, I'll take you over here to the front side of the barn and show you what my plan is. So like you can see, we're utilizing the cement out here to park stuff on, just for ease of getting to. The weeds don't grow up through it, but this right here is the area I want to utilize. So the whole reason I want to bring my steers over here is because it's going to be, you know, probably end of April before they go on pasture. And as you guys know, I fork all the manure at home into the manure spreader, and that's just a lot of work. And the animals are getting bigger, they're making a lot of manure. I want to bring them here. They're going to be able to go into the barn here. This was the calving pen, and they're going to have access to from like here all the way down, you know, this whole cement pad. I'll have a round bale out here. It'll just be way more room for them to walk around as they're growing, and just be a lot more efficient at cleaning up after them. So the reason I spread the gravel out is because clearly the diggers need to move, and those are going to be getting hooked up here in a couple weeks anyways, just to go through and prepare for spring. And then potentially, not sure yet, but I've been toying with the idea of maybe finishing some of these steers out. And we grow sweet corn for a canning company, and you can get sweet corn silage if you grow. So my dad signed off on the sweet corn ground. He signed off on papers to get sweet corn silage. So if I choose to do that, the best spot to do that would also be here. And preferably I'd like the silage on the cement. And I mean, there's a nice feed bunk over here in front of the milk house. I mean, it's just an idea. Not for sure if I'm going to do this or not, but there's just a thought there. So over here in front of the milk house, so we're on the opposite side. So got a nice feed bunk out up here. Bring the skid loader in, put silage in here, grain. There's also a feed bunk inside the barn right there. And I'm just excited just because I don't need a pitchfork, nothing. This can all be done with the skid loader. So that's the reason why I was spreading gravel. So what I mean by finishing out, for those of you that don't know, so I've been raising my steers up to around that 500-pound range and then selling them. Finishing out is pretty much raising them to completion. So we're talking maybe pushing 1,000 pounds. So that's going to take a lot more time and a lot more feed. But I don't know, something to try. So I'm in the barn here right now. So this door right here goes out to where I just was. So they'll have a nice little spot in the barn with a little bunk up there. And then I will just mix feed up and bring it over here and keep it in the feed room, which is right in front of the feed bunk here. So I'll just bring my tubs over and can keep everything in the granary here. Oh, wind's blowing. It's making scary noises. I'm scared to shut this light off because it's going to get really dark. Oh, I don't like it. Scurry, scurry, scurry away. Yikes. Yeah, I don't like scary things. I don't like spiders. I'm afraid of a lot of stuff. I'm a little baby. I'm gonna go home now. All right, back home here now. Haven't given you a calf update in a while, so I'll just kind of show you here. So these are my 5 steers and 1 bull. I'm not gonna ban the red one. I have plans with him, whether they happen or not, but he's gonna keep his manhood. So this area of the pen is pretty much where they're eating and moving around and drinking. And this area I have split off, and this is where they've all been laying. So I'm only bedding this. I actually just cleaned this all out yesterday and piled it up here because this weekend when it gets cold out, I'm going to be hauling some manure out. But then they also have the option to go outside if they please. Looks like I'm going to have to get some more water here, but these boys are all looking and doing very good. And now for the other 6 calves. Guess it's about time to let the cat out of the bag on that deal. I bought 6 calves. I told you guys I had one die, one of the Holstein bulls. And then, I don't know, beginning of February, the Holstein heifer also died. That really sucked. She ended up getting that Clostridial bloat or whatever. I had her actually in the house for a whole day, trying to nurse her back, and was talking to all these people to try and get her, and they pretty much told me I was screwed, and by morning she was laying on the kitchen floor dead. So I am here with 3 Jersey Holstein bulls and the Jersey Angus heifer. So this is my other group. These guys and girl are still on milk currently. About another, 5 days and they'll be done. And that's kind of why I want to get the stuff ready at the farm, because I want to move those 6 to the farm so I can move these 4 into the building right there. And then of course, old cow, she's doing great. Living her best life. I took her for a walk last night. Went up and down the road, just like walking the dog. But I think that's going to about do it for this video. The next video you'll probably see is me cleaning that building out and that building. So if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see you next time.